Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to North Arena for this matchup with the Manchester Squires and their fine fans tonight. We welcome you to North Arena here at Bob Strait Court to take on our own Huntington North Vikings. As members of the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Northeast 8 Conference for Huntington North, it's our intent to conduct all athletic events within the framework of outstanding sportsmanship. We expect and encourage an atmosphere of courtesy and fair play toward game officials, contestants, and spectators. The use of profanity or racial, ethnic, or negative gender-related comments as directed towards players, coaches, officials, or other fans may result in your removal from North Arena and possible expulsion from future athletic contests. We thank you for your cooperation in advance this evening. Now here are the starting lineups for our junior varsity matchup. First of all, for Emily House's Manchester Squires. One starter, number 3, Ava Sauter. Also starting, freshman number 15, Ava Shipko. Also in the starting lineup tonight for the Squires, number 22, Allie Eagle. Also starting tonight for Manchester, freshman number 35, Emma Walker. And rounding out Coach House's starting lineup, sophomore number 44, Caitlin Stroll. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here is Brian Douglas starting lineup for Huntington North Vikings. At one guard, freshman number 2, Harper Bailey. Also at guard, junior number 5, Addie Funk. Also starting tonight for the Vikes, freshman number 10, Jackie Ellett. Squires personal foul, number 22, TIPOFF. Vikings ball. Got a Vikings personal foul on play number 2, Harper Bailey. Puts Ava Simple at the line. Reports into the Vikings lineup. This is a Manchester Squires full timeout. personal foul, number 55, Kaden Newman. We've got a held ball, alternate possession. Out of bounds to the Vikings. Deflected out of bounds, it'll be Squires' ball. You've got Squires' personal foul, number 15, TIPOFF puts 9 hits in order on the line for 2. We played one here at Huntington with the Vikings leading the Squires 10-3. It'll be Squires' ball out of bounds to start the second quarter. Adam Blount and Jackie Ellen return to the Viking lineup. We've got a timeout on the floor. This is a Manchester Squires full timeout. Number 2, Arthur Bailey returns for the Vikings. It'll be Viking ball out of bounds on the baseline. Number 55, HNHS returns to the Viking lineup. We've got a held ball, alternating possession out of bounds to the Vikings. Number 22, TIPOFF returns to the Squires lineup. We've got a timeout on the floor. This is a Huntington North Vikings 30-second timeout. Number 15, David Simcoe reports into the Squires lineup. Number 31, Lindsay Davis reports into the Vikings. The offensive foul, number 55 for the Vikings. It'll be Squires' ball. Get a back personal foul on number 2, Harper Bailey. Puts Peyton Reed at the line. we'll have a special awards presentation honoring very successful Hall of Fame Huntington North coach, Marv Tudor. The wrestling team travels to Alexandria tomorrow night for a match that starts at 6:30 p.m. The boys and girls swim teams are in action tonight versus Blackbird. And they'll also be hosting South Adams on Thursday. That swim meet starts at 5:30. The girls wrestling team will compete in the weight It'll be Squires ball. Reporting into the Vikings lineup number 20, Pittsfield. Number 14, Haley Doyle reports into the Vikings lineup to the Vikings ball on the end line. Squires first foul, number 23, Anthony West. It'll be Viking ball on the baseline. Good by Adam Plum. Get a Viking personal foul and a play at number 20. It'll put Ava Simcoe at the line for the Squires. Reporting into the Viking lineup, number 31, Lindsay Haggis. Number 55, Kate Newman. Ava will be on the line for the second free throw. This is a Huntington North Vikings full timeout. Viking ball in the backcourt following the timeout. We've got Squires personal foul, number 22, foul leading off. It'll be Viking ball baseline. The Squires personal foul, number 54, down a step. Arthur Baker returns to the Viking lineup. It'll be Viking ball on the end line. Squires ball. The Vikings personal foul, number 31. Lindsay Deckers. It'll be Squires ball. Got a Viking personal foul on number 55, David. So it stands up at the line for the Squires.
Viking Radio, 91.9 WVSH. Before we head to the hardwood, we'd like to thank the following sponsors for making tonight's broadcast possible.
Bailey Love Mortuary, Bippus State Bank, First Federal Savings Bank, Hartberg Roth, Garrett Halverstad and Garrett Law, Nove, and Wise Guys Downtown.
Now let's head to the arena for the fast-paced action of Lady Vikings basketball on your home for Huntington North Sports, Viking Radio, 91.9 WVSH.
Hello and welcome to another broadcast, Huntington North Lady Viking basketball. I am Austin Oswald alongside Ryan North. Lady Vikes trying to bounce back after a tough loss on the road last Friday night to a very good Norwell Knight squad. The Squires here are trying to keep them from doing so. The Squires coached by Allison Kaufman, her third year as head coach for the Squires. She's led them to a 5-4 record coming into North Arena tonight. Ryan, what are some of your key takeaways for tonight's game?
I think tonight they just need to contain, pass the ball well, get some good defensive stops, and just play smart as a team.
Yes, I agree with that there, Ryan. Best player on the Manchester team is going to be Brooklyn Buzzard. She's averaging about 15 a game for the Squires. As the junior guard, likes to shoot it and a very good scorer, and very aggressive, likes to get around the rim, and she'll also shoot the three ball. For the Vikings, leading the team in scoring right now is Marissa Trout with 12.5 points per game, and then right close behind her is Gracie Fields with 11.5. Look for those two to come out and have a good game tonight. Big part of Gracie's game is the defensive end, as she is leading the team in steals. We had a chance to get an interview with Coach Hines in the pregame. He talked about Gracie, how she gets her points by getting steals, getting in transition, getting to the free throw line, making things happen. As that's how she has her 11.5 points per game. It starts on the defensive end. As we are about 5.5 minutes away from tip-off here at North Arena. Welcome to this one, as we should be in store for a good game this evening. As we look back at that Norwell game last Friday, Lady Vikings played a very good game, as it was a 2-3 possession game all the way through till the end. Leading scorers for that, Gracie Fields had 15 points, Hayden Bailey had 13. And then Marissa Trout had 9. Like I said, it was a good game, very tough. Lots of effort from both sides. It's a very emotional game, as it always is on the road at Norwell. Tough place to play, and always a good team coached by Eric Thornton. As now the Vikings have a chance to get back in the win column. They've had a very tough schedule to start the year. They started off the year at Fort Wayne Snyder, who's one of the top teams in the state of Indiana. And then they traveled on the road to Carmel, another very big powerhouse in the state of Indiana. And then back on the road to Carroll, and they won that one 66-40. They came home finally to play Homestead, lost that one. And then got a W at home against Fort Wayne Lures. And then the Friday night game lost at Norwell. And that brings us to tonight's game. So they sit at 2-4. 0-1 in the conference right now, but I don't think that 2-4 record really shows who this team is. They've played a lot of good teams, in some games that are tough to win, especially on the road, as they started off with 3 road games. This Manchester's team, as we look at their schedule so far this year, they sit at 5-4. They started off the year with 2 losses. First one at home against Wawasee. They lost that one 30-37. And they went on the road and lost to Lewis Cass 31-55, and then bounced back at home with a win against Mechaniquaw 60-53. And then went to Adams Central and got a W there. And then went to Mississinawa, fell to Mississinawa 45-66. beat Winnemac, lost to Oak Hill, then beat Eastern and Northfield, as that brings them to tonight's game. So they are 5-4, and they're 2-1 in their conference. As you take a look at their conference, they're sitting right about in the middle of it at 2-1. Above them is Wabash, who's only played one conference game. They're 1-0, and then Cass as well, also 1-0 in their conference. And then leading the conference is Rochester and Whitco. Respectfully, Whitco sitting at 2-0 in the conference, Rochester at 3-0. So Manchester, you know, plenty of time to still make some noise in that conference, as they only have one loss there, in a pretty good conference. Manchester's averaging 49 points per game on offense, and they are giving up an average of 49.3 points per game. And they are coming into this one on a 2-game winning streak. As we look at the stats for the Manchester lineup, you know, as I said before, they're led by Brooklyn Buzzard, scoring 15.4 points per game. She's also leading the team in assists, as she averages 3.2 assists per game. Ream for them is leading them in steals at 1.8 steals per game. So look to her cause some noise on the defensive end for the Squires tonight. And then leading the team in rebounds is Lauer, who's a senior. She is averaging 8.2 rebounds per game. It's a great amount of rebounds per game. She's 4.8 of those are offensive rebounds and 3.4 defense. As we are just getting close to getting underway, about 2 minutes remaining in the warm-ups. Both teams getting warmed up. You know, Coach Hines also talked about in that interview, you know, his team needs to kind of get out in transition tonight, let their defense be offense, and make plays on defensive end, get out in transition, get easy buckets, be aggressive, get to the rim, take good shots, take care of the ball, and rebound. Those are keys for them tonight. We are going to take you to a short break before we get this game underway. We'll be right back. You're listening to Huntington North Viking Radio, 91.9.
Put your phone on D&D, that means do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please, so always sing with me. So put your phone on D&D, that means do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please, so always remember this beat.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
And we are back. You're listening to Huntington North Viking Radio 91.9. We are about set to get underway here at Huntington North Arena, as we are about to have the colors presented by the Huntington North JROTC, followed by the national anthem. As don't go anywhere. We will be right back with you after the anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening again, and welcome to this evening's varsity matchup between the Manchester Squires and our own Huntington North Vikings. As members of the Indiana High School Athletic Association, it's our intent to conduct all athletic events within a framework of outstanding sportsmanship. We expect and encourage an atmosphere of courtesy and fair play towards game officials, contestants, and our fellow spectators. The use of profanity or racial, ethnic, or negative gender-related comments as directed towards players, coaches, officials, or other fans may result in your immediate removal from the North Arena and potential expulsion from future athletic contests involving our talented student athletes. Your cooperation is greatly appreciated in advance. We'd like to ask you all to please rise now. Gentlemen, remove your caps. Turn your attention to the west end of the arena. It's our privilege to have the Junior Army ROTC from Huntington North here to present the colors tonight. We welcome them now. That will be followed by the playing of the national anthem.
And there you have it. That was the presentation of the colors done by Huntington North JROTC. As we are now getting ready to get things underway as we meet the starting lineups for both teams tonight. Starting off for the Vikings, we're going to have number 24, junior forward Marissa Trout. We're going to have junior guard Hayden Bailey, senior guard Elle McDonald, senior guard Gracie Fields, and then also that's going to be forward Grace Michael. For the Manchester starting lineup, it's going to be number 4, Peyton Ream. She's a sophomore. Number 5, Brooklyn Buzzard. She's a junior. And then we've got number 10, Molly Shinepp. She's a junior. And then we've got a freshman guard, Emma Walker. And then rounding out the Squires starting lineup is going to be senior Gracie Lauer. And we are all set to get underway. Here we go. Huntington North starting lineups now being introduced. And as I said previously, senior Elle McDonald. And then along with Elle McDonald, we're going to have guard Gracie Fields. Those two are the only two seniors here in the starting lineup tonight. The other senior that we will see tonight will be Abby Groove coming off the bench. Normally, you'll probably see her pretty soon off the bench for Coach Matt Hines. Huntington North is coached by Matt Hines, who is in his 5th year here as the head coach for Huntington North, as he has led the Vikings to 69-30 over his time here. This year, kind of off to a slow start with playing the teams that he has in the competition. But overall, he's 69-30 here in his 5th year as head coach. Manchester wearing the red uniforms with black lettering tonight, and Huntington North wearing the white home jerseys with the black lettering. As we are about to tip off here in North Arena, it's going to be Marissa Trout jumping for the Vikings and Gracie Lauer jumping for the Squires. And that tip's going to go to Gracie Fields, number 10. She's going to drive right, pick it up the block, looking for somewhere to pass, finds Marissa Trout at the top of the wing. Trout kicks it to McDonald, McDonald to Bailey. Bailey back to Fields, Fields to Trout. Trout's going to take the free from the corner. It is no good off the back of the rim. And it's going to be rebounded by the Squires. Brooklyn Buzzard bringing it up for the Squires. She has it at the top of the key. She's going to pass it down to Ream. Ream's going to go back right with it. Has it at the top of the key. Swings it over to Walker. Walker is going to get it taken away by Bailey. Bailey going the other way. Passes it to Gracie Fields. Gracie Fields goes up with it. No good. Rebound Hayden Bailey. She goes up with it. That'll be good. And that is Hayden Bailey on the putback for the Vikings, getting them started off early. And now Brooklyn Buzzard with it for the Squires. He's going to pass it to Walker. Walker passes it to Ream. Ream gets a ball screen, drives left, puts it up, and it is good. Squires with a quick answer to the Vikings. Now Hayden Bailey going back with it the other way. Pushing some tempo, goes up with it, and she will get fouled. That'll be number 11, Hayden Bailey, going to the line to shoot 2. That foul is going to go on Molly Schnapp, That'll be her first, team's first, here in the first quarter. And the first free throw is good for Bailey. Vikings lead at 3-2, 6:40 remaining here in the first quarter. Bailey looking to put the second free throw in, and she will do just that. 4-2 here early. And Manchester's going to call a timeout, talk things over. Quick tempo here to start the game, Ryan, as we saw the guard, Hayden Bailey, just kind of take the ball down all the way to the rim. And I mean, no offense really set up, just kind of drive, give and go. And we're in store for a good one here.
Looks like they started with a lot of energy, something that they really need coming out, getting another win. This is the same tempo they had against Homestead, and that's exactly what they need for another win tonight.
As we are coming out of the timeout, it's going to be Manchester ball after the Bailey free throw. Chris Fields is going to pick up Brooklyn Buzzard here around the half-court line. Buzzard's got it. She passes it up to Ream. Ream drives right. She's going to pass it back to Walker. Walker drives right, takes the floater in the lane. That's going to drop. And now 4-4, we have a tie ball game. Hayden Bailey going with it the other way, passes it off to El McDonald on the wing. McDonald drives down to the block, passes it to Marissa Trout. Marissa Trout goes in for the layup, and it is good. Marissa Trout puts her name in the scorebook for the first time tonight. The leading scorer for the Vikings, just getting started. As now Ream has it, she passes it away to Gracie Fields. Gracie Fields going the other way, passes it ahead to Hayden Bailey, and that is good for 2. As the Vikings now up 8-4 with 5:43 left in the first quarter. As that is her first foul, team's second foul. Viking ball across the half-court line. Mr. Trout with it. Hayden Bailey now. She passes it over to Gracie Fields. We go back to the top of the key at El McDonald. Swings it over to the wing to Hayden Bailey. Passes it down to Grace Michael. Back to Hayden Bailey. Bailey goes up and good. Now 10-4 Vikings with 5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Buzzard drives left, puts up the shot. She's going to get fouled. And she is going to go to the line to shoot 2. That foul is going to go on Grace Michael. It'll be her first and the team's first. First free throw for Buzzard is good. Kim Schroll and Gracie Lauer in now for the Squires. Buzzard hits her second one. Now Vikings going the other way with it. Trout drives in, tries to find Grace Michael. That's going to be taken away by Walker. Walker goes with it the other way. Pass it to Buzzard. Buzzard's going to take the deep 3. It is good from way downtown. And that pulls the Squires to within 1 as it is 10-9 here with 4:40 remaining in the first quarter. El McDonald has it down in the corner. He's going to drive left, try to find Michael, but that is going to be tipped and back out to El McDonald. I'm sure that wasn't a jump ball. Hayden Bailey shot fakes, passes it to Gracie Fields. Gracie Fields for 3, no good. And rebound Grace Michael. And they're going to get her for a travel there as she was crowning the ball. So possession is going to go back to the Squires. Faith Minton is going to check into the game for the Vikings. Squires with it now. Buzzard's crossing half court with it. She's picked up by Gracie Fields. She finds Hadley West. Hadley West drives in. No good on the floater. Ball goes out of bounds. Possession stays with the Squires. That is West picking it out. She passes it into Buzzard. Buzzard for 3, no good. Rebound West. West drives. Passes it to Schroll. Schroll, no good on the putback. And we're going to have a jump ball. So possession will stay with the Squires. West inbounding it for the Squires. Looking for Brooklyn Buzzard. She's going to throw it up to her. So the Buzzard shot fakes. Moves it around, looking for a ball screen. Pass it to Schroll. Schroll, the mid-range, and it is good. Squires take the lead here early in the first quarter, 11-10. Marissa Trout going the other way, drives right to the rim, no good. And Walker, the rebound for the Squires. West with it now, top of the key. She passes it down to Buzzard. Buzzard with the deep 3 again, and this one is no good. Rebound by Minton as Vikings get the possession back. Gracie Fields has it under the basket. She's going to pass it out to McDonald. McDonald shoots the 3, and it is good. The deep ball from L. McDonald as the Vikings regain the lead here with 2:57 remaining in the first quarter. 13-11. Buzzard with it, passes it off to West. West dribbling around at the top of the key, looking for somewhere to go. Walker pops the 3. That'll get blocked by Gracie Fields, but she gets her own rebound, goes up with it. It is good for 2. We are all tied up now, 13-13. Marissa Trout with it for the Vikings. She passes it down McDonald on the wing. McDonald to Bailey. Bailey back up to Fields. Fields wide open for 3. It is good. And the Vikings are heating up here as they lead it 16-13. Now Buzzard coming back with the Squires to see if they have an answer. Nice move there by Buzzard, but no good on the finish. Rebound though stays with the Squires. West has it at the top of the key. The offensive rebound was by Walker. She kicked it out to West. West still dribbling around with it at the top. Finds Schroll at the elbow. And Schroll trying to find West, gets stolen away by Gracie Fields, and she goes coast to coast, misses the layup, but the rebound by Bailey and put back, and they will call a foul, and Bailey will go to the line for 2. As Huntington North student section getting into the game, as we have a close one here in North Arena. Minute 37 remaining in the first quarter. Vikings lead at 16-13. Hayden Bailey looking to extend that, and she does with the first free throw. Hayden Bailey looking to put the second one in to take a 5-point lead, and she misses, so it'll stay at 4. Ball goes out of bounds. It's going to go to the Squires. Minute 34. Score 17-13, Huntington North. Had a high-paced first quarter here. Hayden Bailey, a 50% free throw shooter coming into tonight. And she was also 50% from the line that go around. And now Squires ball. Walker with it on the wing. She's guarded by freshman Riley Wilson. Walker goes up with the floater, and it is good off the backboard. Now 17-15 Vikings. Riley Wilson taking it down the floor. She's going to pass it off to Marissa Trout. Trout finds Hayden Bailey on the wing. Bailey passes it back to Wilson. Wilson to Gracie Fields. Fields finds Minton on the block. Minton out to Hayden Bailey, pump fake, drive, and the left-handed finish. Beautiful drive there by Hayden Bailey. 44 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Looking buzzard with it for the Squire. She's going to take the pull-up jumper. It is no good. And out of bounds on the rebound off of Bailey, so it's going to stay with the Squires. 35 seconds left here in the first. West to inbound it. She finds Buzzard in the corner. Buzzard thinks about shooting it, but drives instead, puts up the floater. It's no good. Rebound goes to Bailey. And 28 seconds here for the Vikings to carve something up. They push ahead to Gracie Fields. She goes up and gets the foul. And one. The old-fashioned three-point play for Gracie Fields as the Vikings take a 6-point lead and hopefully more with 24 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. It is up and it is no good. 23 seconds here. Squires looking to get a last chance shot. Buzzard has it. Setting something up, gets a ball screen from Lauer. Passes it off to West. Gets a ball screen from Buzzard. 5 seconds remaining. West, nowhere to go, finds Buzzard. Buzzard's just gonna chuck a 3 up, and it is no good. The Squires just could not get any offense set up there, as that'll be the end of the first quarter, 21-15. Ryan, would you like to take us through what you saw there in the first quarter?
Well, I saw a lot of contested passes, some great defense and steals from the Lady Vikes. And they basically did what they had with the open man, and I mean, heck of a game by Hayden Bailey. I mean, making great layups, making great passes, and we have some good three-point shooters out there too as well.
Yes, I would agree with that. The Vikings, they were playing really good defense there. Start off the first half, lots of steals, getting in passing lanes, getting in transition, and that allowed the free ball to fall. As we saw a few hit there midway through the first quarter. And I think we're going to be in store for a good one. It's been a back-and-forth game, lots of scoring on both ends. We sit at 21-15 here as we go into the second quarter. Vikings, like we said, have done a good job rebounding and keeping them off the boards, limiting the second chance opportunities, and then getting some of their own on the offensive side. We've seen a few offensive rebound putbacks that turned into fouls as well. And here we go, Riley Wilson with it for the Vikings, passes it off to McDonald. McDonald with it at the top of the key, passes it to Bailey. Bailey's gonna drive left, nowhere to go, pass it out to Wilson. Wilson thinks about the three, then passes it off to El McDonald. McDonald with it, passes it back to Wilson. Wilson up to the top of the key, Bailey. Bailey takes the three, it is no good off the back of the rim. And here comes Ream. Ream puts up the layup in transition, it is no good. Rebound goes to Stout. Stout passes it out to Buzzard. Buzzard passes it down to Lauer. Lauer goes up with it, no good. Rebound by Grace Michael. She pushes it ahead to Bailey. Bailey going up, the left-handed layup. It is no good. Rebound by Ream. The Squires coming back with it. And Buzzard with it here on the near side wing. She drives left, puts up the floater. It is no good, but they're going to call Grace Michael for a foul. So Buzzard's going to go to the line to shoot two. That'll be Grace Michael's second foul of the game. The Vikings' first foul of the second quarter. As the IHSA changed the rules to where now the team fouls restart every quarter instead of every half like they used to. First free throw is good. Was no good by Buzzard. Second free throw will be no good as well. Grace Michael with the rebound, passes it out to Bailey. Bailey with it, passes it to Abby Groove, who just checked into the game for the first time. McDonald with the top of the key, passes it down to Groove in the corner. Back to Bailey up top of the key. Bailey's gonna drive, get some contact and make the layup. Good job there by Bailey, shedding off the contact and finishing strong. And now Squire ball. Buzzard with it, top of the key. She's gonna drive, find Gracie Lauer. Nice pass there by Buzzard to get the easy layup for Lauer. 23-18 to score. Vikings lead at 6:23 remaining in the second quarter. Links North with it. Grube has it in the corner. Back to Wilson, back to Bailey. Swings it around to McDonald. McDonald gets a handoff from Grube. And it gets pickpocketed away. That is Walker going the other way with it. And she's gonna get the easy transition layup off the steal. And now a three-point game. Wilson with it for the Vikings, finds Abby Grube in the corner. She's gonna take the three ball. That is no good. Rebound to El McDonald. McDonald goes up with it, it is blocked. And Stout ends up with it for the Squires, but that's stolen away by Wilson. Bailey with it now. Passes it to Grube. Grube's gonna drive in, pass it back out to McDonald. McDonald passes to Bailey. Bailey back to Grube. Grube's gonna try another three, this time from the opposite corner. That is no good. Rebound by Walker. Walker drives all the way to the basket, puts it up, and it is good. I'm not sure how she made that. I don't think she was looking at the basket. And now the Vikings only have a 1-point lead with 5:16 remaining here in the second quarter. Abby Grube with it on the wing, passes it over to El McDonald and down to Wilson. Wilson's gonna drive right, pass it to Abby Grube. Grube back to McDonald in the corner. McDonald cross court to Wilson, Wilson to Bailey. Vikings slowing down the tempo here. Bailey passes to McDonald. McDonald drives left and gets it stolen away by Stout. Grube's gonna be able to get back on that ball. Pass it down to Michael, she goes up with it, that's gonna be no good. And we're going to have a jump ball. After that, possession is going to go to the Squires. Huntington North started with it to start the second quarter. So 4:35 remaining here in the first half. Huntington North lead is down to 1 as it is 23-22 Vikings. Squires have the ball. Buzzard with it, passes it to Ream. Ream gets a ball screen, goes back the other way. And she passes it back to Buzzard at the top of the key. Buzzard drives left, puts up the shot. It is no good. Rebound, Gracie Fields for the Vikings. Fields takes it down the court herself, passes it to Wilson. Wilson finds Groove on the far side wing. She drives right, gets it stripped away, but gets back on it. Fields with it now. Finds Mercer Trout top of key. Trout swings it to Grube. Grube's going to drive right, find Riley Wilson in the middle of the lane. Wilson out to Mercer Trout for three. It is no good. Rebound, Squires. That is Brooklyn Buzzard, the rebound. And she pushes it the other way. And she finds a wide open Schroll. She mishandles the pass, but still gets the layup. Some miscommunication by the Vikings there leads to the Squires taking over the lead with 3:33 remaining here in the second quarter. Not sure what happened there, but Kim Schroll is wide open for the Squires down the block. As Coach Hines calls the timeout to kind of talk things over, see what's going on there. As that was not like a Huntington North Viking defense right there to give up a wide open layup in half-court offense. As we have a good one here. Back and forth game, very high pace, high tempo. A couple possessions ago, looked like Huntington tried to slow it down, get some good ball movement in. And it led to a good shot that didn't fall, but it definitely slowed down the tempo. As that's probably what they're going to have to do to try to win this game as the Squires are scoring on all cylinders here, getting to the rim. They've hit a couple deep balls. And now here we go out of the timeout. Wilson has it. She's going to pass it off to Trout. Trout's been quiet so far tonight. Fields to Grube. Grube back to Trout. Trout's going to drive right, look for something, passes to Field. Thinks about the three, but dribble drives instead. Picks up a dribble, passes it to Wilson. Wilson to Trout. Trout's going to drive left, passes it off to Minton. Minton with the layup. And the Vikings take over the lead again. Good find there by Mercer Trout to find Minton open on the block. And now the Squires have it. Ream with it at the top of the key. She's going to drive left, get by her defender, put up the floater, no good. Rebound Minton. She's going to get fouled. As that'll be the first team foul on the Squires here in the second quarter. Vikings have it. As Hayden Bailey checks back into the game, gives Wilson a breather. Bailey will bring it up the court for the Vikings. She's going to pass it back to Marissa Trout, top of the key. Swings it over to Fields, down to the corner to Bailey. Back up to the wing to Grube. Bailey's going to dribble drive, and we're going to have another illegal screen. This one's going to be on number 21, Faith Minton, as that is her first, team second. That was the second illegal screen we've seen called this evening already. There's 2:30 remaining here in the first half. Vikings still lead at 25-24. Buzzard with it for the Squire. She passes it down to Ava Sauter, and she gets her first points of the game, and she nails a three from the corner. And now Vikings going back with the other way. They trail by 2. Trout with it. She drives, puts up the floater, no good. And that ball is going to go out of bounds off of the Squires, so it's going to stay with the Vikings. Ava Sauter sinks her first shot of the game here. The deep three from the corner to take the lead back for the Squires. Now Vikings have it under the basket, and the inbound pass stolen away by Sauter. She passes it out to Ream. Ream's going the other way with it. Ream with it on the wing. Pass it to Sauter at the top of the key. Sauter averaging 2.3 points per game. She passes it off to Walker. Walker gets fouled on a shot. She would go to the line to shoot 2. That was Faith Minton's second foul of the contest. The team's third of the second quarter. Walker at the line looking to extend the Squire lead as she connects on the first one. That takes it 28-25 Squires. Minute 44 remaining here in the second quarter. Brooklyn Buzzard back into the game for the Squires. She'll give Schroll a break. Walker at the line, looking to take her second free throw. It is no good off the back of the rim. Gracie Fields with the rebound for the Vikings. Going to pass it ahead to Mercer Trout. Trout driving, passes to Fields. Fields up to the top of the key to Bailey. Bailey drives left, puts up a shot. It is no good. Lots of contact there. No whistle, though. And rebound by the Squires. That is Ream. Passes it up to Buzzard. Buzzard drives left. Tries to find Lauer, and she does, but the shot is no good by Lauer. Rebound McDonald. Bailey pushes it ahead to Fields. Fields wide open layup. It is good. 27-28. Squires still lead at 1:12 remaining here in the first half. Buzzard bringing it across half court for the Squires. She's going to use up some clock here, kind of slow things down. She passes it down to the corner to Sauter. Sauter gets a ball screen from Lauer. And Sauter passes it away to Marissa Trout, gets the steal. Passes it up to Bailey. Bailey goes up with it in transition. No good. Rebound Fields. And good job by Fields there, getting another possession for the Vikings. And she's going to back it out, try to get something good. As Bailey has it now on the wing, setting up some offense. She passes it across the court to Fields. 30 seconds remaining here in the first half. Vikings looking to get the last second shot. They trail by 1. And Bailey's going to get fouled with it. Just going to be a floor foul. Vikings will keep possession here on the sideline around midcourt. 23 seconds remaining. Vikings looking to take the lead back before the break. It's going to be Fields inbounding it for the Vikings. Bailey dribbles across midcourt. Passes it over to Fields. Fields drives right, kicks it out to Mr. Trout. Mr. Trout for 3. It is good. The Vikings take the lead with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. As Brooklyn Buzzard drives down the floor trying to get something up. It's going to get stolen away. That is Elle McDonald going with it. She's going to take the half-court heave. It is no good. And what a finish to the first half. Marissa Trout sinks a 3 from the corner to get the 2-point lead going into halftime for the Vikings. As a very, very entertaining first half, so to say, here at Huntington North, as it's been a back-and-forth game, high tempo. As we're going to take you to a short break. We will be right back after this break. You're listening to Huntington North, Lady Viking Basketball on Viking Radio, 91.9 WVSH, brought to you by Austin Oswald alongside Ryan North.
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly conversation about Indiana high school sports with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. Now for an up-to-the-minute report about what's happening in the constantly changing world of high school sports, here's Coach Bob Lovell with Commissioner Paul Neidig.
Welcome back, everyone, and welcome to our weekly conversation about all things IHSAA related. Normally, we have the Commissioner, Paul Neidig, with us, but we're honored to have Associate Commissioner Robert Falcons with us. Robert, thank you so much for being with us, and congratulations to you and everybody else on a tremendous show this weekend at Lucas Oil Stadium.
Well, thank you, Coach, and we're very, very proud of our state finals and our state championships, and it's a great way for our coaches and our schools to display what we do best in Indiana, and that is have a state championship.
You had great crowds, which is seems to be the norm, and I think people lose sight of the fact in all of this that more and more of our student-athletes in football, and really across the board, more and more of our football student-athletes are signing to play at high levels of college football, and the numbers seem to increase every year.
Absolutely. I think football is so much better in Indiana over the past 15, 20 years, and again, we have to thank those folks who have really made an effort, and one of the biggest contributors have been the Indianapolis Colts. They have really gone out of their way to help us with respect to high school football in the state of Indiana. They host coaches clinics. They have camps for kids out there on their West 56th Street complex, and they're invested in youth football in the state of Indiana. And then we also have support from our major institutions, IU, Purdue, Notre Dame. They help with our coaches and getting our kids better. And this is an all-in effort from everybody in Indiana to make high school football better in the state of Indiana.
There's no question. I think just watching those games as they unfolded, you could see the level of competition better. It was an historic weekend, though. You have, like in 1A, you had two teams playing each other for the third consecutive year, which is unprecedented. One of a number of those types of situations where records and accomplishments were the norm this weekend.
Yeah, again, Coach, it speaks to how well our coaches prepare and how well our kids have taken up the game and really advanced their level of expertise and technical abilities. That 1A game with 3 times, Adams, Central, and Lutheran, those coaches know each other so well. Those kids know each other. It was a great game. They played hard. They smacked each other down. They picked each other up and got ready for the next play. It was wonderful. And when those kids come in on Wednesday for practice, you can see it's still not new. Even those kids that have been there 3 years, it was their 3rd year there for practice. It was kind of a cool thing to watch them enjoy the fact that they're playing there on Friday and Saturday, and then Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Indianapolis Colts are going to play there on Sunday. And it's not lost on those kids, and they certainly appreciate it. And that's why kids work so hard to get there. It was a lot of fun. We had one of our SAC kids play in the 5A games in our SAC and Student Advisory Committee here with the IHSA, played in the game, won the Middle Attitude Award, and to see his fellow SAC kids be excited about it as he was, that's what we're talking about when we talk about high school athletics, is what the student enjoys with respect to advancing themselves with an athletic opportunity.
And you had great crowds, and you had great. The cool. I always find it cool with the state finals is how involved our communities are with their student athletes when they get to the championship level.
I'll give you a perfect example. Crown Point, first visit to Lucas Oil Stadium, they had 100 kids there, 85 on the field, 15 in the stands. They brought that many band members. They brought cheerleaders. They brought pom-pom girls. When we talk about football, it is a community experience, and it's just not those 11, 22, 33, 55 kids on the field. It's everyone else that goes into what happens on Friday night in Indiana with respect to football.
He's Robert Falcons from the IHSAA, Associate Commissioner, just wrapping up football last weekend. Robert, I appreciate your time. Congratulations again on a great tournament, and we'll talk later throughout the rest of the IHSAA season. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thanks for listening to The Commissioner's Corner with IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig and Coach Bob Lovell. And thank you for your continued support of the high schools in your community.
We are back. You're listening to Huntington North Lady Viking basketball on 91.9 Viking Radio, WVSH. I am Austin Oswald alongside Ryan North. And it is halftime here at North Arena. The Vikings are leading this one 30-28. We've seen a good game so far tonight as we've been impressed with the high tempo pace of both sides. As the Squires have been shooting the ball very well, as they've been getting high percentage looks, high quality looks, and they've been sinking them. Then the Vikings on the other end have been doing the same thing. Started off the Vikings, we thought Vikings might pull away with this one, but then the Squires just kept fighting right back as we have only a 2-point game here. Before we, second half of action, we're going to take you to an interview with Coach Hines. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Huntington North Viking Radio on 91.9.
I'm here with Huntington North head coach Matt Hines. First of all, Coach, over the weekend at Norwell, didn't come out with the win, but the girls fought hard, and some players who don't always see a lot of playing time saw some quality minutes in that contest. Could you just recap that game and talk about that effort?
Yeah, I thought, one of the things we're striving for is to play as hard as we possibly can for 32 minutes. And that's, if you can get that to be a mainstay in your program, I think you start there, right? It covers up a multitude of mistakes. We talked about that, and I thought we did that. That's, first time this year that I felt like our team has put together 32 minutes of just great effort, energy, and enthusiasm. We talk about those 3 E's all the time in practice. Those are things we can control every day. Some days You know, the ball's not going in. We don't have it. Sometimes execution isn't at its best, not because they're not trying to, but that's something that I think should be a mainstay in our program, and certainly a standard we want to have. And I thought we did that.
And Gracie Fields, you talked about her in previous games. What she does for this team doesn't always show up in the stat book, but against Norwell, she led the way with 15 points. So definitely a key for you guys out there.
Absolutely. I mean, she's a difference maker on both ends of the floor, but especially the defensive end. You know, Gracie, you know, is I don't even know that I would label her as a scorer, although she does score. I mean, she's our second leading scorer right now. You know, I think averaging 12 a game. And she certainly does that. But we used to call her kind of like if you remember the old, like the junkyard dog. She just kind of gets baskets in transition. She gets offensive board putbacks. She's just gritty, and everything she is about hard work. And she's just driven. That's a great word to label her as. She's just a driven kid in all areas of life, and it certainly transcends on the basketball court. And because she's so driven, it ends up going in the basket. She gets stuff going in the basket for us, and she's able to knock down a three here and there, and just really doing a nice job for us. But it all starts on the defensive end with her. And
you guys, to start the season, you've had a challenging schedule up to this point. Starting tonight with Manchester, you have a string of games that, at least on paper, it looks like you guys have a shot to get back into the win column. What can you tell us about Manchester tonight?
Well, Manchester, you know, they're 5-4. They're playing better than they were a year ago. They got some kids back and a lot of kids back, and you know, they're aggressive. They play with energy, and you know, we're going to have to come out and play hard, you know, and that's certainly the standard that I was talking about earlier. Where we have built, you know, from you know, game 1 to game 6, we have done a nice job of getting better as the season goes along. I don't see us, we haven't taken any steps back, and we don't want to this week, and that certainly applies tonight. In order to do that, it's hard for kids to understand this, but you can't so much focus on your opponent rather than focus on what are we set out to do. And we want to execute and all that, but we want to play as hard as we possibly can with a lot of energy and enthusiasm, and that's.
And we are back, about ready to get this third quarter underway here at North Arena, as the Vikings will start out with it. To start the third, they lead it by 2. Bailey with it for the Vikings, passes it up to Trout. Trout down to the corner to Fields. Fields takes the 3. 3 is no good, long, and rebound's gonna go out of bounds off the Vikings. As we saw a fast-paced first half, and they're off to a fast start here in the second half. Buzzard with it through the Squires. She was bringing up the floor. She's gonna pass it over to Ream. Ream trying to find Lauer down the block. It's going to be stolen away by McDonald. McDonald up ahead to Gracie Fields. Fields goes up with the layup and the foul. It is good. Fields going to the line to convert on the three-point play. Good, strong finish there by the senior. Absorb the contact and get the ball to drop, as she doesn't get the free throw to drop. McDonald rebounds it, though. Passes back to Fields. Fields goes up and gets fouled again. This time she'll go to the line and shoot 2. As we look at the first half, Vikings were up 6 going into the second quarter, and then they got outscored 13-9 in the second quarter, as that brought the lead to only 2 points going into halftime. Ryan, would you like to take us through some of the stats from the first quarter, for the first half, excuse me?
So in the first half, we had a total of 31 points, 21 in the first quarter, 9 in the second quarter. Hayden Bailey led with 13 points, and I mean, just all around great ball movement, good passes, and Hayden Bailey just had heck of a quarter.
Yes, she did. Getting out in transition, getting good drives to the bucket and finishes as Gracie Fields misses her first free throw, set to set her shoot her second. Fields normally a good free throw shooter, and she just missed 3 in a row there. Coming into tonight, though, she was shooting 58%. Out of bounds off the Squires. The ball will stay with the Vikings. Trout taking it out on the sideline. She will pass it into Fields. Fields back to Trout. Trout's going to drive right to the middle. Passes it off to Bailey. Bailey's going to pass to McDonald. McDonald to Fields. Finds Trout at the top of the key. Trout's going to drive right, kick it back out to Fields. Fields drives, finds Grace Mike on the block, puts up a shot, no good. Back out to McDonald. Finds Hayden Bailey top of the key for 3, no good. And rebound Buzzard for the Squires. Buzzard trying to find Scholl at the block. It's thrown away by Grace Michael. And Trout going with it the other way. Passes it out to McDonald. McDonald for 3. It's good. She's 2 for 2 from deep tonight as the Vikings up 7 now. Coming out of the halftime break hot as they now lead 35-28 here in the third quarter. Buzzard has it for the Squires. She passes it down to West. West looking to find Scholl on the block. She finds her, passes it over to Walker. She's good for 2. As now 35-30 is the score. Bailey coming back with it for the Vikings. Gives it off to Trout. Trout to Fields. Fields thinks about the 3. Passes to McDonald. Passes it over to Bailey. Back up the top of the key to Fields. Fields going to find McDonald on the near side wing. Back down to Fields in the corner. Fields dribbles it up in the middle of the lane. Bailey drives left, gets fouled on her shot. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. Good strong take there by Hayden Bailey. She's got a chance to shoot 2 now. Junior is leading all scorers tonight with 13. She misses her first one from the line. And set to set her second one. It's up, and that was no good as well. As now the Squires have it. That is Ream taking the ball off the court for them. Scholl posting up Michael down below. They try to find her, but it is thrown out of bounds. The Vikings will take over possession. 5:42 remaining here in the third quarter. Vikings lead at 35-30. Bailey bringing the ball up for the Vikings. Pass it across court to Marissa Trout. Back to Bailey. Down to Fields. Fields going to throw it up to McDonald. McDonald cross court to Bailey. Bailey to Michael. Back to Bailey. Bailey goes up for 2. Is fouled. Will go to the line to shoot 2. Vikings struggling to hit their free throws here in the second half as they've already missed 5 free throws here in the third quarter. Bailey looking to end that streak as she does hit the first one. She now has 14 on the night. Bailey looking to take her second, and it is going to be long, just the back of the iron, and Fields gets a foul going for the offensive rebound. As now the Squires will have possession. That is her, Gracie Fields' first foul of the game, and the Vikings' first foul here in the third quarter. Squires already have 4 fouls on the quarter. And Buzzard bringing it up. She's getting a little bit of light pressure from Fields. Long pass, almost got stolen away there by Minton. Sauter has it. She passes it down to Scholl. Scholl trying to find Lauer, but it is tipped out of bounds by Michael. And ball will stay with the Squires. That is Sauter that's going to be taking it out. The Squires. She's trying to find Schroll. Gets her, passes it out to Ream. Hand off to Buzzard. Buzzard thinks about the three, dribbles. Buzzard, the playmaker, trying to make something happen here. Drives left, finds Schroll. Schroll's going to take the mid-range jumper, no good. Rebound, Lauer, and the putback is good. As now the Vikings coming in the other way, pushing the tempo a little bit. Marissa Trout's going to drive right, find Fields in the corner. Fields with the three, it is no good. And they're going to call an over the back on Michael. Vikings very aggressive, going for offensive rebounds. Had 2 fouls called on them while they were going for offensive boards. As now the Squires have it. Buzzard bringing it across the floor. There's a big mismatch in the post with Schroll, who is listed, well, we don't have the height on the roster, but she is visibly a lot taller than any of the Viking defenders. Pass it into Schroll. Schroll down to Lauer. Lauer goes up with it and gets the foul and one. Good finish there by Lauer. Get the bucket through the contact. She'll go to the line, trying to convert the three-point play. We are back to a 2-point game as the Vikings lead has dwindled down to 2 with 4:25 remaining here in the third quarter. It's been a good game from both sides. Lauer with it, will not convert the three-point play as Trout gets the rebound and pushes ahead the other way. She's going to pass it to Fields in the corner. Fields passes it up to Bailey. Bailey to McDonald. Back down to Bailey. To the top of key to Fields. Fields to Trout. Trout's going to try the 3-ball. It's no good. Rebound Walker. The Squires with a chance to either tie or take the lead, but no. Gracie Fields says, I'm going to extend the lead as she gets fouled, going up for 2. She'll get a chance to go to the line and shoot 2 free throws. Like we talked about in the pregame, Fields very good on defense, leads the team in steals as she adds another one there with the pickpocket, and she's going to hit a free throw. Still another one to attempt. That pushes the Viking lead to 3. 3:56 remaining in the third quarter. And Fields is good on the second. 2 for 2 from the line on that go around. As now she's going to pick up Buzzard here again on defense. Buzzard gets a double ball screen. Looking to go somewhere, drives left, tries to pass it out. It's tipped away, stolen by Trout. Trout going the other way. She's going to take it herself, and good for 2. Good fast break score there by Trout. Vikings defense picking up 2 steals in a row. Buzzard with it again, tries the floater. It's no good. Rebound by Lauer. Lauer goes back up with it. It is good on the putback. As Lauer is keeping things interesting here for the Squires. But the Vikings are pushing tempo again. This one's going to be tipped out of bounds to stay with the Vikings. Right now we sit at 40-36. Vikings lead it, 3:13 remaining. Wilson just checked back in for the Vikings, along with Stout checking back in for the Squires. Trout to pass it in for the Vikings. She passes it to Wilson. Trout with it in the corner. She's going to take the 3. It is good. Bang, bang, bang. Trout hits the 3 in the corner, and the Vikings lead it by 7. Buzzard with it now for the Squires. Pass it over to Walker on the wing. Back up to Ream, or excuse me, that's Sauter. Sauter looking for Buzzard, finds her on the far wing. And Opie and Lauer on the screen and roll. Beautiful pass there by Buzzard, gets the easy 2. And Manchester's gonna call a timeout. Textbook screen and roll there by the Squires, gets an easy 2 points. As there's some miscommunication by the Viking defense and gave up the easy 2. During this timeout, we're going to take you to a quick break. You're listening to Huntington North Lady Viking Basketball on Viking Radio 91.9 WVSH, brought to you by Austin Oswald alongside Brian North.
Put your phone on D&D, that means that do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please, so always sing with me. So put your phone on D&D, that means that do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please, so always remember this beat.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
And we are back. You're listening to Huntington North Lady Viking Basketball on 91.9 Viking Radio. As coming out of the timeout on the floor for the Vikings, we've got Trout, Wilson, McDonald, Fields, and Mitten. On the court for the Squires is Stout, Buzzard, Sauter, Walker, and Lauer. Wilson's going to bring it up the floor for the Vikings. She passes it off to Trout. Trout swings it to McDonald. McDonald back down to the corner to Wilson. Wilson's going to toss it up to Fields. Fields back to Wilson. Wilson to Trout. Trout's going to drive in, get the left-handed layup to go. 45-38, Vikings lead at 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter. And the steal by Elle McDonald. She's going the other way with it. She's got Gracie Fields, but she gets called for a travel. Tried to jump stop there, but man, it took a couple extra steps. As now the Squires will take over possession after the turnover. Buzzard bringing it up the floor. She's going to pass it to Walker. She drives in, takes the hook shot, and that is no good, but gets her own rebound, goes up, and gets fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot two. Vikings unable to block out there, and Walker able to get her own rebound after her own missed shot. She goes to the line to shoot two. First one's good. As Walker stands ready to shoot her second. And that one will go as well. As she now has 11 points on the game. 9 of them came in the first half. Wilson with it for the Vikings, passes it off to Trout. Trout's gonna drive right, kick it out to Fields. Fields for three, it is no good. Rims in and out. Stout with the rebound for the Squires. Fields picks it up full court and causes Stout to travel. And just like that, the Vikings get the ball back up 5. Good job there by Fields. She jumped in the passing lane where Stout was just about to throw it. And Stout had to double think herself and ended up traveling with it. As now the Vikings have it under their own basket. Trout to take it in. She finds Bailey on the wing. Bailey up to Grube. Back down to Trout for three. It's no good. And Buzzard has it now for the Squires. She's going to bring it across midcourt. She's going to take it all the way herself with the floater. It's good. 45-42. Vikings lead at a minute remaining in the third quarter. Trout down to Bailey here in the corner. Bailey up to the wing to Grube. Bailey gets a ball screen from Minton. Passes it to the wing to Trout. Trout drives. Lots of contact, no call, but she will get the layup to go. As 47-42, Vikings lead it 40 seconds in the third quarter. Buzzard's going to drive left, try to pass it. Minton steals that away and gets fouled by Buzzard. That is the Squires' 6th foul of the quarter. It's Buzzard's first of the game. 5-point lead for the Vikings. As I believe Minton will go to the line due to that being the 5th foul of the quarter for the Squires to shoot two. This is part of the rule change for IHSAA. 5 fouls in a quarter sends you to the line to shoot two. No more 1-and-1. As Minton hits her first one. Looking to extend the Viking lead even more before the fourth quarter. And she will do so. She is still perfect on the year from the free throw line, now 10 for 10. She was 8 for 8 coming into this game. Squires back with the ball now. Buzzard has it on the wing. She's going to drive left, pass it back out to West. West tries to pass it to Ream. That's got to be a travel, no call. Walker goes up and gets fouled with it. I think the refs might have missed that one. Normally you can't jump with the ball, as the crowd's letting them hear that one. Walker's going to go to the line nonetheless and shoot 2 with 14 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. She hits the first one. Cuts the Viking lead to only 6. She stands ready for the second one, and it will go. 5-point lead. Vikings get a chance to score again before the fourth quarter. Wilson's going to bring it down. She picks up the dribble, passes it across the court to Bailey. Bailey drives right, spins back left, and goes up and gets fouled hard. She'll go to the line for 2. 4 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Bailey going to the line. Vikings lead by 5. And there goes the first one. It is good. Takes the lead to 6 now, 50-44. 4 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Looking to extend it one more, and she does. And Squires just going to have to chuck one up here from half court. That's going to be Walker, no good. From way downtown. And that'll be the end of the third. We'll be back after this break. Listen to Huntington North Lady Viking Basketball on Viking Radio 91.9 WVSH, brought to you by Austin Oswald alongside Ryan North.
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly conversation about Indiana high school sports with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig.
Kids ask their parents a lot of questions.
Why can't people fly?
Gravity.
Is the moon really made of cheese?
Yep, cream cheese.
When can I move into a big kid's car seat?
For some questions, parents may not have the answer, but that's okay. They can't know everything, but knowing the right seat for their age and size will help protect them in a car crash. Find out more at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
Where do babies come from?
Good luck, Dad. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
And we are back. You're listening to Huntington North Lady Viking Basketball on 91.9 WVSH. Vikings will have to start the fourth quarter. They also have the lead, 51-44. As Vikings looking to, Squires ball to start the fourth quarter. Walker with it. She's going to take a floater in the lane, no good. Gets her own rebound. And she goes up again. This one is good. Cuts the lead to only 5. Wilson going back with it the other way. Trout passes it off to Trout. Trout to Bailey. Bailey up to Grube. Back up by Trout. Almost gets stolen away. Grube with it now at the top of the key. Swings it over to Trout. Trout's going to drive right. Pass it off to Grube. Vikings slowing it down. No need to rush as they have the lead in here in the fourth. Just looking for a good shot. Oh, they throw it away. And that's going to be a backcourt violation on the Vikings. Squires will take it over. Miscommunication there by the Vikings. Trout was back cutting, and Bailey threw it to where she was originally at. And that led to the turnover, as now the Squires have it in the front court. Ream passes it into Walker. That's stolen away by Fields as she passes it into Bailey. And Bailey goes up, no good. Rebound by Lauer. Lauer passes it over to Ream. Ream chucks it ahead one-handed to Buzzard. Buzzard to Walker. Walker for 3. It's good. Walker is heating up here in the second half. as she is keeping the Squires in this one, as they only trail by 2 now. Fields, though, thought about the 3, passes to Trout. Trout's going to take the 3. That's going to be short. Rebound goes to Trout. Trout drives in, passes it out to Bailey, and just didn't see the ball into her hands. That's going to go back to the Squires. Those are the turnovers that you got to avoid, as just couldn't hang on to the pass. And Squires have it again. 2 costly turnovers here for the Vikings back-to-back. Now Squires have a chance to either tie it or take the lead on this possession. Buzzard with it. And we're gonna have a 5 seconds. So turnover by the Squires, gives it back to the Vikings. If you're the Vikings, got to get a good look here. Get a good percentage shot. Try to get something going. Haven't had much going here in the 4th quarter. Trout has it on the elbow. Pass it up to Bailey. Bailey down to Fields. Fields to McDonald. McDonald to Trout. Trout back to Fields. Dribble it around the wing. Trout has it. She's going to drive right. Pass it up to McDonald. McDonald's going to find Fields on the short corner. Fields up to Trout. That's going to be ripped away. And Lauer with it going the other way. Passes it off to Ream. Ream is going to get called for a travel. Lost control of the ball a little bit there. Shuffle her feet. So that will be Viking basketball. There's a Trout. Passes it in to Hayden Bailey. She'll bring it up the court for the Vikings. Trout thinks about the 3, drives right, passes it off to Michael, mishandled the pass, out to Bailey. Bailey to McDonald, McDonald to Fields, all the way to the corner to Trout. Back up to Bailey, hands it off to Trout. Trout gets it stripped away, gets it back, passes it to Fields. Back up to Trout. Back down to the corner to Fields. She shot fakes, drives right, finds Michael, and Michael travels with it. So the ball will be going back to the Squires. This game's getting sloppy here late in the 4th quarter, as we're seeing turnovers on both sides now. Vikings still lead at 51-49, 5 minutes to play. Buzzard with it for the Squires. She's going to pass it to West. West up to Ream. Ream down to Buzzard. She's going to get a ball screen from Lauer. Buzzard takes the floater, gets fouled. That's going to be Michael on the foul. First foul for the Vikings this quarter, as Buzzard will go to the line to shoot 2, looking to tie the game. Buzzard's been fairly quiet tonight compared to her normal points that she puts up. She gets that one to fall. Cuts the Viking lead to only 1. Minton comes into the game to give Michael a breather. And Buzzard good on the second. So we have a tie ball game here with 4:45 remaining here in the 4th quarter. Bailey with it for the Vikings. She kicks it back to Trout. Trout to McDonald. McDonald wide open, but holds on to it. She passes down the corner of the Fields. Cross court to Bailey. Bailey to Fields. Fields going to take the 3. No good. Rebound Walker. Walker has been hot here in the second half. She's driving right. Picks up a dribble. Fields all over her. And Manchester called a timeout. It's going to be a full timeout. And we will be right back after this break. Listen to North Lady Viking Basketball and Viking Radio 91.9 WVSH, brought to you by Austin Oswald alongside Ryan North.
Put your phone on D&D, that means that do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please don't always sing with me. So put your phone on D&D, that means that do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please don't always remember this beat.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
And we are back. You're listening to Huntington North Lady Viking basketball on 91.9 WVSH. It is the fourth quarter, 4 minutes and 9 seconds remaining. We're all tied up at 51 apiece. We have had a good game all night long. The last couple of minutes have been a little sloppy on offense for both sides. Lots of costly turnovers that have just been, not ones that needed to happen, that could have been averted very easily. Just lack of focus. But the Squires will have it out of the timeout. Buzzard passes it into Walker. As the Huntington North student section getting amped up here as we are tied late in the game. Buzzard has it, guarded by McDonald. She's gonna drive left, get the floater, no good. And rebound McDonald, she's gonna push ahead. She's gonna pull it out, find Bailey. Over to Trout for three. It's good. And the Vikings regain the lead. 54-51 with 3:40 remaining here in the game. Big shot there by the junior. Walker with it now for the Squires. She's gonna put up the floater. It's no good. Rebound goes to Lauer. Lauer back out to Buzzard. Buzzard's gonna take the three. And it'll rim in. A very lovely Viking rim helped that one go in. As now we're all tied up again. Back to Trout. Trout's gonna go again. And no good there from Trout. Buzzard with it going the other way. She's got numbers, 4 versus 2. Walker's gonna go up with it. It's good. Squires take the lead, 56-54, 2:57 remaining. And we're gonna buckle your seatbelt, ladies and gentlemen. We're in store for a fun finish here in North Arena. And they're gonna call in illegal screen. Squires are gonna take over possession. It's gonna be called on Marissa Trout, her second of the game. Second for the Vikings this quarter. Squires ball with it, up 2. Buzzard has the ball, guarded by Fields. She's gonna get the pass tipped away by McDonald. Buzzard trying to find Stout, but McDonald jumps that passing lane, knocks it out of bounds. And Squires will have to try it again. Buzzard gets the ball screen from Stout. She's gonna step back 3. It's good. What a shot there by Buzzard. 5-point lead for the Squires. As I think there was a foul called after the shot went in. Yes, there was. It's gonna be on Lauer for a push under the basket. So it'll be a Viking ball, the shot counts. 59-54, Squires lead it. Viking basketball, 2:26 to play in this contest. Bailey's gonna bring the ball up for the Vikings. She passes it to Fields. Fields gonna drive right. Kick it back out to Trout. Trout to McDonald, finds Bailey on the far side wing. Over to Fields, hands it off to Bailey. Back down to Fields. And pass is stolen away there by Walker. Walker getting pressure, full court. Fields steals it back away. She's gonna go up with the layup. It is good. The strip in the score for Gracie Fields brings the Squire lead to only 3 as the Vikings call a timeout. With 1:53 remaining in the fourth quarter. It's gonna be a 30-second timeout, so stay with us as Vikings trail 56-59 as we close in on the final minutes of this one. We've got a barn burner here in North Arena, as they would say. Crowd's getting amped up as close game, obviously. 2 good opponents going at it. Squires came into this one 5-4 on a 2-game winning streak, looking to push that to 3, and 6-4 as the Vikings came in 2-4, looking to get back in the win column after a tough loss last Friday to Norwell. And here we go out of the timeout. Brooklyn Buzzard has it for the Squires. She passes it ahead to Grace Lauer. Lauer to Ream. Ream's going to drive in, get fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. That foul will go on Minton, is her team's third of the fourth quarter. Something to keep note of, 5 team fouls in a quarter, and they go to the line and shoot 2. The Vikings only 2 away from that, so they need to be careful, limit the fouls so they don't send the Squires to the line more than they want to. Ream hits the first one and hits the second one as well. Squires now lead by 5. Bailey has it for the Vikings. She's going to drive left, kick it back out to McDonald. Swings it over to Fields. Back to Bailey. Bailey Whistler swings it over to Fields. Fields is going to drive right. Try to go up for the shot. No good. Ball's on the ground. It's going to be a jump ball. Possession stays with the Vikings. Good job there by Minton getting on the loose ball to keep the possession for the Vikings. Trout has it. Coach Hines pleading his case on the last play there. There's a lot of contact on Fields' shot. He's just pleading his case to the officials. As now Trout will take it out of bounds for the Vikings. She passes it into El McDonald. McDonald's going to take the 3. It's no good. Long off the back of the rim. And Fields tries to save it, but it will be out of bounds. Very close to being able to save that one. Minute 12 remaining. Vikings trail by 5. As the Squires looking to come in here and shock the Vikings on their home floor. As they pass it away, but Minton steals away from West. Vikings have it. Trout has it at the top of the key. Passes it over to El McDonald. She's going to drive in, go up, and get fouled. She's going to go to the line for 2. The Vikings trail by 5. Costly turnover there for the Squires. They had a chance to put the game away. Only a minute 12 remaining. They throw the ball away. Now the Vikings have a chance to make this a 1-possession game. McDonald at the line to shoot 2. Good night for McDonald tonight. She's sank 2 threes, and she sinks a free throw there. 57-61, a minute 4 remaining in this one. Looking to bring it to a 1-possession game here. Big free throw for the senior. And it is no good, but rebound Bailey. She goes up with it, no good on that putback. It's going to be out of bounds off the Vikings. Squires will take over possession. 4-point ball game. They have the lead, a minute remaining, as the Vikings are going to have to dial up some full court pressure here. West inbound, looking for Walker, passes it deep to Ream. Ream catches it, and she's going to drive right, and they're going to call the foul. That should be on the floor. Yep, on the floor. Squire ball. It's the 4th team foul, though. Next foul will send them to the line. Buzzard inbounded for the Squires with a 4-point lead, 56 seconds remaining. Trying to find Walker, gets Ream instead. McDonald puts the pressure on and gets a foul called on her, as that will send Ream to the line. The sophomore guard with a big opportunity to extend the Squire lead here. And the first one is good from Ream. 5-point lead for the Squires. Looking to make it 6. And she does. Bailey bringing the ball down the floor for the Vikings. They got to get something going quick. She's going to find Fields on the corner. Back to Trout on top of the wing. 45 seconds remaining. Vikings moving the ball around. McDonald has it. She's going to drive in and get the foul called on Lauer as McDonald will go back to the line to shoot 2. It's good there for the Vikings. Draw the foul, stop the clock, and get a chance to get 2 points. The clock is their Vikings friend with only 40 seconds as McDonald hits the first one. Brings it to within 5, 63-58 as Wilson checks back into the game for the Vikings. McDonald looking to hit her second free throw and no good on that one. Rebound by Walker for the Squires. He's going to get trapped down to the baseline, and Manchester calls a timeout with 36 seconds remaining. And Huntington North's probably going to have to start fouling here. Stop the clock.
This is a Manchester Squires full timeout.
This is a full timeout. We'll be back after this break. Listen to Huntington North Lady Viking Basketball and Viking Radio 91.9 WVSH. Brought to you by Austin Oswald alongside Ryan North.
Let's ask their parents a lot of questions.
Why can't people fly?
Gravity.
Is the moon really made of cheese?
Yep, cream cheese.
When can I move into a big kid's car seat?
For some questions, parents may not have the answer, but that's okay. They can't know everything, but knowing the right seat for their age and size will help protect them in a car crash. Find out more at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
Where do babies come from?
Good luck, Dad. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
And we are back. You're listening to Huntington North Lady Viking Basketball on Viking Radio 91.9 WVSH. As we are in the final 30 seconds of this contest. The Vikings are trailing by 5. The Lady Squires have the basketball on the Viking baseline. Trout will be guarding the inbound. West taking it out for the Squires. She's going to pass it in to Buzzard. And the Vikings trying to get the foul, but no foul called. They pass it down to Lauer. Lauer gets the easy 2. 7-point lead for the Squires. Here comes Bailey. Pass it down to Wilson. Vikings got to score quick. Wilson goes up with it, gets fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot 2 with 23 seconds remaining. 7-point lead for the Squires. The freshman going to the line. Her first one is good. She is 2 for 4 from the line on the year. That puts her at 3 and 5. And no good on the second one. Rebound by Lauer. Vikings got to start fouling here. They foul Brooklyn Buzzard. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. 19 seconds remaining. Vikings trail by 6. As Buzzard looking to extend the lead here. She hits the first one. 7-point lead now for the Squires. And now 8-point lead for the Squires. Buzzard drills them both. Now Bailey comes back down, passes it off to Fields. 13 seconds remaining. Fields puts up the layup. It's good. Timeout called by Matt Hines for the Vikings. 6-point game. 2 possessions as there's 10 seconds left on the clock. Vikings are going to need a miracle. They would like to come back in this one. As the Vikings will likely fall to 2 and 5. Squires will likely go to 6 and 4 if the score stays as it is. As we look at the upcoming schedule for the Vikings, after this one, this coming Friday, they're at home against New Haven. That will be a conference matchup. And then on Saturday, they're on the road at Marion. And then they come back home for a home stretch with Dwenger, Leo, Warsaw. They have the Huntington North Classic Holiday Hoops Tournament. And then after that, on January 3rd, they have Eastbrook. And they go back on the road for East Noble. And then back home for Wayne and Columbia City. Columbia City right now is the best team in the state of Indiana. They have been ranked 1, beat Snyder. Also beat, I believe it was Carmel. And now here we go, back in action. West passes it into Buzzard. Buzzard passes it down to Ream. Ream's gonna get fouled by, nope. They're gonna call a jump ball. Possession stays with the Squires. Buzzard gonna pass it in for the Squires, 4 seconds remaining. And they're gonna call a foul here on Gracie Fields. That'll send West to the line to shoot 2. 2 seconds remaining. Vikings trail by 6. And West puts up the first one. It's good. Takes the Squire lead to 7. As the second one is short, no good. Rebound by McDonald. And puts up the half-court heave, but it'll be no good. And the Vikings fall to the Manchester Lady Squires. Tough game for the Vikings tonight, but they will be back home against the Bulldogs. We'll be back after this break. Listening to North Lady Viking Basketball and Viking Radio 91.9 WVSH, brought to you by Austin Oswald and Ryan North.
Sometimes I just cannot believe all the storms we've gone through here.
I can only hope that we'll be able to leave this house to you one day, baby. You're our legacy.
Planning for these disasters will make sure we're safe, and is the best way to protect that legacy.
Protect your legacy. Visit ready.gov/plan for the tools and tips you need to start your emergency preparedness plan today. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Put your phone on D&D, that means do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please, so always sing with me. So put your phone on D&D, that means do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please, so always remember this beat.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Hello and welcome back to this Huntington North Lady Viking basketball broadcast. You're listening to Austin Oswald alongside Ryan North as the Vikings fell to the Squires tonight, but they will be back at home. Come see the Vikings in action on December 8th at home against New Haven. JV will tip off around 6 o'clock, varsity to follow. Make sure to get down to North Arena and see the Lady Vikings play in person. Thanks for tuning in to tonight's broadcast of Huntington North Lady Viking basketball. Again, the Lady Vikings fall to the Manchester Squires 68-61. For Ryan North, I'm Austin Oswald. We'll talk to you later.
Thank you for tuning in to tonight's broadcast of Huntington North Lady Vikings basketball on Viking Radio 91.9 WVSH. Before we go, we'd like to thank the following sponsors one more time for making tonight's broadcast possible.
Bailey Love Mortuary, Bippus State Bank, First Federal Savings Bank, Hartberg Roth, Garrett Halverstad and Garrett Law, Nove, and Wise Guys Downtown.
Be sure to tune in all season long for the fast-paced action of Lady Vikings basketball on your Huntington North Sports Authority, Viking Radio 91.9 WVSH.
Kids ask their parents a lot of questions.
Why can't people fly?
Gravity.
Is the moon really made of cheese?
Yep, cream cheese.
When can I move into a big kid's car seat?
For some questions, parents may not have the answer, but that's okay. They can't know everything, but knowing the right seat for their age and size will help protect them in a car crash. Find out more at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Where do babies come from?
Good luck, Dad. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Sometimes I just cannot believe all the storms we've gone through here.
I can only hope that we'll be able to leave this house to you one day, baby. You're our legacy.
Planning for these disasters will make sure we're safe, and is the best way to protect that legacy.
Protect your legacy. Visit ready.gov/plan for the tools and tips you need to start your emergency preparedness plan today. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
My simple solution to the problem was remove people from the scene and help them feel safer.
In response to attacks against Asian Americans, Maddie Park raised over $250,000 to donate cab rides to the Asian community.
There is so much more work to be done. We really need to come together and tackle this issue as a community.
Support the Asian community. Learn how at lovehasnolabels.com. Brought to you by Love Has No Labels and the Ad Council.
Hello, if you're still tuned in to Huntington North Lady Viking basketball, I will take you through some post-game stats here. First, for the Lady Squires, they came out victorious tonight. 68-61 was the final score. We look at some of the leading scorers for the Squires. First off, we got Emma Walker, scored 24 points tonight. She really came to play in the second half. Started off, in the first half. She only had 11 points in the first, and then came out and had 13 in the second. She was really aggressive in the second half, got the ball to fall, hit some big shots down the stretch for the Squires, helped them get the win. And then alongside of her, Buzzard had 18, leading scorer for the Squires. She's averaging 15 on the year, scored 18 tonight. And again, most of them came in the second half as she only had, 6 in the first half, and then 12 in the second half. Helped propel the Squires over the Vikings. Third leading scorer for the Squires was Gracie Lauer. She ended the game with 12. So 3 players for the Squires in double digits. That's always a good night. Sharing the ball, sharing the wealth. A good game all around for them as they came out victorious. And then we look at the Vikings leading scorers as Marissa Trout led the way with 17. And then closely behind her was Hayden Bailey with 16, and then Gracie Fields behind her with 15. So those 3 all in double digits. Good games for all of them. Keeping the score. They got it off early, got the lead for the Vikings in the first half. Of course, Hayden Bailey had she had 13 in the first half alone, and then ended with 16, so only 3 in the second half. Vikings just slow on offense in the second half, not able to get the ball rolling as they were outscored in the second half. As we are getting ready to do a post-game interview with Coach Matt Hines. Coach, welcome. Thank you for coming up here. I know it's a bitter game out there, and that you wish you could have back. But take us through, what you saw tonight. What needs improvement before you come home for a conference game on this Friday?
Definitely the defensive end. We had 11 turnovers in the game. It wasn't, like we were throwing the ball over the gym. I thought we did okay in that area. Offensively, we could have moved the ball a little bit better. We still got great looks, though. Put up 61 points. That's good for us. We don't have, elite scorers all the time. We got 2 or 3 kids each night that can put the ball in the basket, and some other kids that can chip in, and they do a good job of that. So it all comes down to defense. We're just allowing them to have direct line drives, not taking away the paint. They got tons and tons of O-board putbacks. Just miscommunication. This is what we saw early on. In fact, we saw this against Lures, and we were fortunate to get away with it. But the bottom line is their game plan, they stuck to theirs, and we didn't. On the defensive end, we just were not. We were bad, very bad.
And looking ahead to next Friday, what can the Viking fans expect? Here's the home conference matchup in the NE8 in that New Haven team. What are the Vikings looking for?
Well, we're looking to have some competitive edge to us. You can't come out in any game and think it's going to be a cakewalk. No, I went to a small school. Every game you played, the team was bigger than you, and you look forward to these kind of games. And everybody's going to look forward to that when they play us. And we've got to you got to fight. You got to have some toughness about you. And I didn't think our effort was bad tonight. Our execution was poor. But we just didn't play together very well on the defensive end.
And, Coach, I'll kind of mention the start to your schedule, very, very tough. 3 games on the road against extremely good opponents. How have you kept the morale up in the locker room as you have been playing all these great opponents, haven't been getting results that you can achieve? How are you keeping morale up in the locker room and keeping the spirits good?
Yeah, I think that's a good question. I'm really proud of our girls for doing that. Now, this will be a good test, after tonight, just to see, how we respond and stay in the moment. We've been trying to keep our body language good. It's been pretty good, but tonight I saw it dipping a little bit. Thought we were fighting ourselves a little bit. That's just one of those things that you can't do. You got to stay locked in. You can't worry about, shots missed and whatnot. But we've got to realize some things about ourselves and understand who we are and what kind of players we are. And we've got to play to our strengths. And I don't think we did a very good job of that tonight.
Well, thank you, Coach. I'm not going to take up any more of your time. Good luck next week getting over this one, as was bitter for all of us. But I know the coach that you are, and you will be just fine. Thanks for tuning in to tonight's broadcast. Huntington North Lady Viking basketball. Again, the Lady Vikes fall to the Manchester Squires 68-61. For Ryan North, I'm Austin Oswald. We will see you later.
Thank you for tuning in to tonight's broadcast of Huntington North Lady Vikings basketball on Viking Radio 91.9 WVSH. Before we go, we'd like to thank the following sponsors one more time for making tonight's broadcast possible.
Bailey Love Mortuary, Bippus State Bank, First Federal Savings Bank, Hartberg Roth, Garrett Halverstad and Garrett Law, Nove, and Wise Guys Downtown.
Be sure to tune in all season long for the fast-paced action of Lady Vikings basketball on your Huntington North Sports Authority, Viking Radio 91.9 WVSH.